Hello, Andrea. Lovely to see you again. Hello, Tani. Watching from Australia. Blimey, what time is it in Australia? Is it late? And is the weather nice there, Tani, or are you starting to go into your autumn/winter now? 1 a.m. Blimey. You must be younger than me then, Tani. I tell you, to stay up till 1 a.m. I'm normally asleep by 9 o'clock at night. It's getting freezing, especially tonight. How are you, Andrea? Have you had a good day? Hello, Angel. Lovely to see you. Tani, you're 40 and a night owl. Uh, hello, Donna. Hello from Canada. Chris, hello. Oh, thank you, Andrea. That's lovely. Thank you for saying that. Um, right, okay then. So we'll just wait for a few more people to join us, and then I shall get going. So today, I will be doing like mini readings. I should try and keep them mini so I can do a few more. So I will literally bring through the person, and then give you 2 or 3 pieces of information, and then if you can understand that, and then I'll go to the message. Okay. I'll also be doing cards. If I feel drawn to you, I will pick a card. Only one. I should pick a card, read it. They're angel cards. And yes, the way that I work is clairaudiently, clairvoyantly, and clairsentiently. I see, hear, and feel spirit. Okay. So I can see them in my mind's eye. They put images in. I can hear them. Again, I can just hear words, names, places, and I feel them as well. Hello, Eva. Lovely to see you. Hello, Namira. Lovely to see you. You've been shopping. My favourite thing of all time, Andrea, shopping. So I should be doing that next week for holiday. So I'm off on holiday soon because I turned 60. So we don't really want to go into that. But yeah, the one good thing about turning 60, though, is that you get free prescriptions. And I didn't know that until I got a letter the other day. Hello, Davy. Lovely to see you. Right, what am I going to do first? Thank you, Tahidi. We'll see where we go. Right, let me see if I can bring some in from the spirit world. Just bear with me, just while I get a communicator with me. Okay, so I've got a lady with me, and I feel as though this lady is grandmother. Okay, and I also want to say with this lady that she would have passed to the spirit world. I feel it would have either been chest related, but it could also be to do with the heart as well. What I want to say with this lady is, hello, Leanne. Hello, Marianne. Hello, Nancy. What I want to say with this lady is that, yeah, she had quite a lot of shortness of breath. And I feel towards the end of her life, she found it quite difficult to breathe, and difficult to do a lot of things for herself. And I want to say that this lady was someone who was really independent. She was a really independent lady. She's probably, I'd say, between 5'5" and 5'7". She's medium build. She's not slim build. She's medium build. I would say for her, and also as well, I do feel that she would have dressed practically. I do feel, there was never any sort of, she was never a full face of makeup. She always looked clean and always looked tidy, but I don't feel that she thought makeup was what she needed to wear. Yeah, that's the way I feel with her. I feel that this lady, um, as well, I feel that she would have not lived in a city. I feel she would have lived out of the city. And I want to say, I feel that she would have lived in the country, whether or not that was a village or on the outskirts of a town. But I want to say where she lived, there was a lot of space around her. That's what I want to say. Nancy, you say it sounds like your mum. Right, Angel. As soon as you came up, I feel as though I'm drawn to you, Angel. So I'm going to work with you. So everybody else, just please keep listening. But I feel that I'm with Angel. Okay, Angel. Okay. So as I said, Angel, this your nan. She liked she liked to have space and she liked open spaces. That's what I feel. And you say she lived on a farm. What I do want to say to you is that there would have been animals as well, and I feel there would have been chickens. I feel there would have been chickens, and I also want to say there would there have been geese as well? Would there have been geese or ducks? That's what I want to say. But I also want to say as well, Angel, that there would have been a dog or dogs. I can see a dog. All right. Yes, lots of animals of all sorts. Right. Lovely. Okay. And would you understand that you were quite close to your nan, Angel? That you like spending time with your nan? That's what I want to say. That you like to go in there because for you it was like an adventure. Because it was just like lots of dogs, right? Okay, I feel that she loved animals. That's what I want to say. She loved animals and she cared for her animals. Animals gave you that unconditional love. They didn't ask for anything. And your nan liked that. You loved your nan, right? Because I feel that you and your nan were really quite close. And I do feel as well that when you stayed on the farm with your nan, that it was fun. Um, I'm seeing, I don't know if you can remember this, Angel, but I'm seeing hens with their eggs, okay? And I can see you and your nan taking out those eggs and putting them into a basket or some sort of bag or basket is what I want to say. I also want to say about your nan that she loved to be outside. She loved to be outdoors. And I want to say that it was fun to be outside. She made it fun. Okay. That's what I want to say. And she loved to be out in nature as well. I want to say that, Angel. She loved to be out in nature, and she brought that out in you. I feel that she was a real spiritual person. She was someone who loved, and she gave unconditional love, and that was one of the reasons that she loved nature so much, and she loved animals. That's just what I want to say. And I do feel as well, Angel, that she would have had a garden. um, and I do feel as well, she may not have grown these, but I do feel as well, Angel, that I feel as well that there would have been, I feel someone would have grown vegetables. I feel that your nan was quite self-sustaining. I feel as a unit she was quite self-sustaining. And yeah, I want to say also that she was quite green fingered as well. That's what I want to say. And I also feel with her that um, you are a lot like your nan. That's what I want to say. When you were with your nan, she let you be who you wanted to be. I feel it was fun, it was laughter, um, all organic veg to eat. Yeah, okay. And I want to say about her that you learn a lot from your nan. You really did learn a lot about who you wanted to be, and how to be kind, and respectful. That's what I want to say to you, Angel, how to be kind and respectful. Okay, I've got the name Margaret, and I've got the name June, and I've got the name Mary. So I don't know if you can take any of those names. I also want to give you the month of October, and I want to give you the second week in October for an anniversary or a passing, Angel. Okay, I'm going to go to the reason why she's come through to see you today. Okay, just let me. Okay, you know Margaret and Mary, brilliant. That's great. If you can take those, that's great. Okay, so your Nan has come through with an enormous amount love, Angel, an enormous amount of love. I feel that in life, she oozed love. That's what I want to say. She oozed kindness. Okay. And she's coming through today to just say to you how she's so amazed at how you have turned yourself around. I don't know if you can understand that. That's just what she said to me. How you have turned things around, okay? Whether or not you've had some hard times, but she's saying that she is so proud of you, of the woman that you have become. Okay, Angel? She also wants to say that you are quite, I feel that you're quite an empath as well. I feel that. And I feel with you, she's saying that you are able to, read people. You're able to read people, Angel, and you are able to know when someone needs help. Okay. You try to live, she's saying, you try and live your life the right way. She said, getting out there, getting out into the world, getting out into nature. And she just wants you to know that she's so, so very proud of you, Angel, and proud of who you have become. Okay. And there is an enormous amount of love I have for you. I can see hearts in my head. So this is your Nan saying that you've got through it. You've worked through it, and now you're in this new phase of your life, Angel. Okay, this new phase where the world is your oyster. Okay, the world is your oyster, and your pathway is to help others. Okay, Angel, she's saying that you are to help others. Now, she wants me to give you, it's quite specific. She wants me to give you as a gift, Angel, some red roses, okay? But these roses also have with them, I don't know, I've seen roses with them. They're sort of like, I don't know the best way to describe them. They're sort of like twig type things, but they've got these beautiful white flowers on them, and they complement with the roses. So she's giving those to you, and she's giving those to you with love, Angel. Okay. And she wants you to know that she's around you a lot, all of the time. And if you ever need her, all you have to do is ask, and she will respond. Okay, so I'm going to leave her love with you, Angel, and say thank you very much for working with me. Thank you. She was a lovely lady. Hello, Linda. Hello, Charlene. Hello, Mandy. Nice to see you all pop on. So I hope that helped, Angel. Hello, Joni. Nice to see you as well. Right. Okay. So I've got another lady with me. Okay. I believe this lady is mother. Now, this lady is not a very tall lady. I'd say that she was about 5'4", 5'5" at a push, but she was quite a short lady. This lady loved to look nice. She really did like to look nice, and she took care of herself as well. You know, she would wear makeup. I feel she would always make sure that her hair was nice. You know, she liked to make the effort. She liked to make the effort for other people, but mainly she made the effort for herself. Okay. I feel that this lady she was on the heavier side. Okay. She was on the heavier side. But I don't feel that this was because of overeating. I feel that she would have had some medical problems. Okay. They didn't stop her living her life, but I feel that these problems um, would have sort of, her weight would fluctuate because of this. That's what I want to say. And she would have had to have taken medication. But and I also feel as well that you know, her heart was under strain at times. I want to say that as well. But she was someone who really, you know, lived her life to the full. Okay, so Charlene, you say it sounds like your mum. Davy, you can take this so far. Um, is that is it your mum? Because she's definitely a mum. That's what I want to say. And Charlene, you say that she did. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Do you know, I went with my gut first of all. I'm gonna go, Charlene, I feel that I'm with you. Okay. So everybody else, keep listening. Okay. But Charlene, I feel that I'm with you. Okay. So, Charlene, this lady, as I said, she loved to look nice. She would always have makeup on. I feel whatever she wore, she looked elegant. That's what I want to say about her. But what I also want to say about her, Charlene, as well, is that she had this zest for life, okay, as well. You know, she wanted to live her life and make the most of every single moment. Okay. Um, yeah, okay. You know. And what I feel her purpose in life was as well, I'm not saying that she didn't work, but her purpose in life was being a mum. She um it was, you know, being a mum was one of the best things in the world. That's what I want to say. And I want to say that the home life that she created as well was wonderful. I've got to say that about her. And she was someone who would nurture, I feel, um, and you know, also, what's the word? You let you be you. Do you understand that, Charlene? Can you understand what I'm saying to you? I'm just gonna keep going. I also feel that your mum as well was a very sociable lady as well. She had 13. Right, don't tell me any more. Don't tell me any more, please. Because then I can't tell you anything if you right, okay, Charlene, but don't tell me anymore. All right. Um, but I feel that she was, you know, as I said before you told me that, you know, her focus was being a mum, you know, and she loved that. She loved doing that. She loved to bring you up. And also as well, I feel that, you know, she'd have one baby on her arms, she'd have one, two or three crawling, you know, and then you go up in age as well. But to her, it was just nurturing. But I do want to say about her, Charlene, that, you know, she did socialize. And I do feel that she would have liked to have gone out. And I feel that whether she was at home or whether she was out, you know, she looked fabulous. Okay. Would you understand when I say that she always liked to wear matching necklace and earrings? That's what I want to say. Matching necklace and earrings. I'm not saying that they were really expensive, but I just feel that she always liked to color coordinate. That's what I want to say about her. She liked to color coordinate. Um, and I feel that the house, I want to say this, as if you can understand this, I feel like the house was just this constant hub of noise, but of joy and of different um, different stages of life and learning. And your mum was so good at being able to interact with all of you. That's what I want to say. She interacted with all of you. Okay. And she knew she knew the things about all of you as well. She knew your little, you know, the way, whether you were slightly different, your personalities, you know. And I want to say, Charlene, that there was a great big mixture, you know, a great big mixture. And your mum was never happier than when she had chaos going around her. She could quite happily cope with it, Charlene. That's what I want to say. I also want to say about her, I can see her in the kitchen, okay, and I feel that she would have spent a lot of time in the kitchen, and well, obviously 13 children, but I also want to say that I can see that she would cook quite a lot at a time, Charlene. Um, she was very good at batch cooking. I mean, for 13 children, you would need a lot of food, and also to feed her, and your dad as well. But I can just see that she was quite organized. That's what I want to say. She was really quite organized. I also want to say that her house was always an open home, Charlene. It was always open to those that she knew, to those that needed her help, and to those that needed guidance along the way. Because you've already said she was a medium, but I want to say that, you know, she was very good at steering people and guiding people, you know, and people listened to her as well and respected her. And I want to say that you respected your mum. But I also want to say, Charlene, I mean, I know that you're a medium, but I want to say that you are really like your mum. And I want to say with you that I feel that your mediumship developed with you at quite a young age. I want to say that. Um, and you were very lucky in the fact that you had your mum, okay, your mum to guide you and to nurture you, and also to show you the way to work with spirit. Okay, the way to work with spirit. Now, I've got the name Alice, and I've got the name Mabel, and I've got the name Maria. Okay, I've also got the second week in February as well for an anniversary or a passing. I don't know if you can take any of those, but yes. Now I'm going to go to the reason why she's come through to see you today, Charlene. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Just trying to get into my head I know what she wants to say. I'm just trying to work out a way to say it. Okay. So you have been on your journey from a young age, as you say, very young, 8 years old. And through that journey, you have evolved, you have grown, you have learnt, okay? I don't feel she's saying that life hasn't always been that easy. It's been tough at times for you. That's the way she's making me feel. And there have been times when you have questioned what it is that you're actually doing, and should you be doing it. That's the way she's making me feel. So she's saying to me, what she's saying is that you're about to go in a very different direction, Charlene. Okay. And she's also saying that you probably feel that around you as well at the moment. Okay. There is a shift going on with you at the moment. And I feel that this shift is a shift slightly. Your mum is saying that this is a shift. Sorry, I just swore there. I meant to say shift. Sorry. This is a shift that is going slightly higher. Okay. So what I'm feeling with you is that your energy is increasing at the moment. Okay. I want to say, Charlene, that the way your mum's talking is, I want to say that you're an evidential medium, but I also want to say as well that you do, that you heal as well. That's what I want to say. I feel that you're going to be next going on to the next level. Okay. You're right. If this makes sense to you, because I'm only saying what she's telling me, you're going to be going deeper. Okay. That's all she's saying. You're going to be going deeper into your mediumship. All right. But she's saying it's really exciting. This is exciting times for you. And this is your time to move up onto your level. Okay. So I'm going to leave her love with you. Okay. And say thank you for working with me, Charlene. Okay. Thank you. Lovely. Right. Let me just have a quick drink. I think I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to pull a card. And I'm going to see who I'm actually drawn to. And then we'll take it from there. Right, let me just see. Who am I drawn to? Who am I drawn to? Joni Lafleur. Is that it? Sorry if I've said your name wrong, Joni. But I'm drawn to you. So I am going to pick a card for you. If you could just acknowledge that you've heard me, that would be great. Okay, let's just pick a card. I shall pick one card for you. Okay. Right, okay. So the card that I've got for you is a beautiful card, and it actually epitomizes the scene that I have outside my window. Beautiful summer's day. Okay. This card is called Ground Yourself, and I'm going to turn it round. It's an angel card, okay, and it's got all of the spiritual colours on it. So try and get the light. Can you see that? So there's this angel she's by a stream actually, but to the back of her, she's got all these beautiful flowers. She's also got like an altar behind her with flowers on as well. And then in the background, you've got beautiful green grass, and you've got the woods to the back as well. Okay. So I'm going to read this card and then we'll go from there, Joni. Okay. When you detach from awareness of your body and the physical world, you become ungrounded. Although it's pleasant to float heavenward, your attention and work are needed upon the earth. We're helping you balance the spiritual and material so that you can enjoy a fulfilling earthly life. Would you understand, Joni, that sometimes with you, would you understand that, right, how can I put this? Would you understand that sometimes you ignore things, or you'll push things away, or you'll go into your own headspace? That's what I want to say. Sometimes, to block things out, you will go into your own headspace. You can, right, okay, lovely. Because I feel that's what this card is saying. What I feel with you, Joni, is that if something troubles you, or there's something that you can't deal with, you sort of go off in your own little world. You go off in a Joni world, because that's the way. That's the way that you keep yourself safe. That's the way you keep yourself safe, and you keep yourself secure. That's what I want to say about this card. I feel with you also, Joni, as well, that I want to say that previously, I feel that your fingers have been burnt, okay? And that's why you sometimes take yourself off, all right? You take yourself off into this space, which is your own world, really, okay? And that's how you protect yourself, all right? But what this card is saying is that while it's nice to be in that space, because it's all happy, it's all lovely, and as you say, it's a safe sanctuary for you, life has to go on, okay? Life has to go on. And what this card is saying, as I'll read this a little bit out again: although it's pleasant to float heavenward, your attention and work are needed upon the earth. So what this card is saying to you is that you need to be more present. You need to be more in the here and now, okay? You need to be able to be able to ground yourself, okay? To place your feet on the ground. And I don't know if you've heard this before, but to feel Mother Earth. I don't know if you meditate, Joni. I don't know if you meditate, but you need to have that balance in your life, okay? And I feel that that's slightly lacking with you at the moment. You need to have that balance of being grounded, okay, but also being able to go to that safe space if you need it, but to have a mixture of the two, all right? And you do meditate, right? Okay. When you meditate, you want to imagine those roots of Mother Earth entwining around your feet, because Mother Earth gives us that energy and that strength, okay? I also feel as well with you that you don't believe's not the word, you sometimes don't have the confidence in yourself, which I don't know why you don't, because, there's no reason for it. Okay. I feel with you that you have a lot to give. And I feel that when you are here and you are present, you make a difference, and I feel that, the people around you, really appreciate you. But I sometimes feel that you don't appreciate yourself. Okay. And you need to be able to do that. You need to be able to look at yourself in the mirror in the morning with no makeup on, no nothing on, and say, this is me and I am good enough. That's what you need to do, because you are. All these colours are vibrant colours. They're spiritual colours as well, Joni. Okay, they're spiritual colours. And I feel that you have that spirituality around you. I really do. All you need to do is you just need to bring them so that they're on an even keel together. Okay. And once you do that, you know, you'll see that, you know, life has so much more to give. Okay. Life has so much more to give, and you need to grab it and you need to take it. Okay. So keep doing what you're doing, Joni. Okay. Keep doing that. Okay. And I'm going to leave that with you. So I hope that helps you in some way. Okay. Right, let me see. Shall I do another card? Yes, I shall. Margaret Jackson. I'm drawn to you, Margaret. So I'm going to pull a card for you as well. Let me see. Let me put those cards. You're welcome, Joni. You're very welcome. Right, okay, Margaret. So the card that I've got for you, Margaret, is a card, angel card, and it's called Relationship. Okay, so I'm going to show you the card and we'll go from there. Okay, and then I'll read what it says. Lovely. So let me get that just about right. I don't know if you can see that because there's a lot of white there. So this is of an angel, and she's on a unicorn. Okay, there is a lake to the right of them. There's a lake to the right of them. There's also a beautiful tree behind them with flowers and lots of greenery as well. So I'm going to read this card, Margaret, and we'll see where we go from there. So your primary relationship is with yourself, and every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal, or balance a relationship, then snuggle more closely with your loving creator. As you feel safe and loved within, so shall your other relationships bloom and prosper. Right, Margaret. What I want to say to you about this card is about you and the way that you feel about yourself. Okay? I want to say with you, would you understand that you struggle with yourself sometimes? But that's what I want to say. I want to say that you second guess yourself sometimes. Would you understand that? You question yourself. You question what you're doing. And I also want to say as well that sometimes you question whether you are whether you're strong enough. Do you understand that, Margaret? Whether you're strong enough or not. That's what I want to say. And I feel that you've always got quite a lot going on in your head. I feel that your head is going quite quickly and working quite hard constantly all of the time. And you're constantly second guessing yourself. That's what I want to say. You're second guessing yourself, and I feel that you give yourself a bit of a hard time. I don't feel you have a hard time with other people. I feel that the hard time you have is with yourself, Margaret. Okay, and I want to say, you completely understand, right? Okay. What I want to say is something, and it doesn't take much. We all know that. But I feel that something in your life has come about that has made you question yourself. That's what I want to say. Question your ability to do things. Question whether you're a good person, whether people like you. But I think the real thing is whether you like yourself, Margaret. That's what I want to say, is whether you like yourself. And this relationship that you have with yourself, it's all about, what I want to say with you, Margaret, it's all about self-learning, okay? Because we can all criticize ourselves, but you need to have that better relationship with yourself. That is easier said than done, okay? But what this card is saying is that, you know, you need to start believing in yourself, okay? Because once you do, once you start to see that you are a good person, all right, and you are, okay, you bring a lot of experience with you of what, I don't know. They're not, you know, I don't know that. I'm not, no one's with me. I'm reading from the card. But I feel that you bring a lot of experience, and you need to start, Margaret, believing in yourself again. Because once you do this, okay, once you start to give yourself some love, some self-love, and you start to give yourself, you know, just be kind to yourself, Margaret. Be kind to yourself. This will then help you to nurture your other relationships that you have, okay? And it will also be able to enable you to create deeper relationships. Do you understand that, Margaret? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I feel that you really need to hear this, okay? I feel that people do say this to you, but it's just the fact that, you know, you struggle with it sometimes. That's what I want to say. But this card is really positive, all right? So what I want you to do, Margaret, is I want you to give yourself an enormous, great big hug. That's what I want you to do, okay? And start to work on you and work on yourself and work on the fact that, you know, you're worth something. You really are, you know, and to stop having things going around your head at 95 miles an hour as well, and to give yourself a break. I hope that helps, Margaret. I don't. Right. Okay, Margaret. So everything that I've said, okay, as I said, this card is very positive. All right. This card is positive. Work on yourself a little bit more, and then your relationships will become deeper. Okay. Get rid of the guilt. That's what I want to say to you. Get rid of the guilt, because you don't need to feel guilt anymore. And I'm going to leave it at that, Margaret. Okay. I hope that helps you. I'm going to go back to the spirit world now. Yeah. Right. Okay. I have got a gentleman with me, and I feel that this gentleman is father. Okay. This gentleman, I would say he's probably between 5'10" to 5'12", something like that. He's well built. He's not overweight, but he's well built. He's strong. That's what I want to say about this man. He's strong. He's got a real shock of hair. You know, he's got a lot of hair on his head, I want to say. And he's wearing trousers and a shirt. You're welcome, Margaret. You really are. He's wearing a shirt and trousers. But I feel during the day, I feel that he would have then got into some sort of like an overall or not a boiler suit, but an overall for his work. This gentleman, he looks really rugged as well, and he looks quite brown, I have to say. So I feel that this gentleman, he would have had an outside job. He would definitely have had an outside job, and he needed his strength as well. He needed his strength to do his job. All right. He was a larger than life man as well, I have to say. He was really larger than life. Okay. He was, can I say that he was charming? He had a way with words. That's what I want to say. He had a way with words. All right. And I want to say, yeah, I do. He definitely worked outside. I'm asking him what he did for a job. Sounds like your dad, does it, Andrea? Sounds like your dad. I want to say with him, because I can see this, so I can see cement, okay, and I can see bricks, and I can see, like, like that line of string that you have around bricks as well. So I feel he would have either worked on a building site, or he would have done something. I feel like he had a skill. I feel like he was very handy as well. That's what I want to say about him. Right. Okay, Andrea. Then I feel if no one else can take that, then I feel that I'm with you, Andrea. Okay. I'm going to work with you, with your dad. So you can understand with your dad when I explain what he looked like. He had a rugged face. And I feel he was quite tanned, because I feel in the summer when he was outside, his skin would be quite thick, I want to say. I don't know. I don't really know what I mean, but rugged. That's what I want to say. Rugged. But as I said, excuse me. Sorry. Sorry about that. He loved his job. I feel that he really enjoyed his job, and he enjoyed working. And I feel also that he enjoyed working with people as well, because I can see other people with him working. And I want to say he was a really hard worker as well, and he was also a perfectionist when it came to his work. That's what I want to say. He was never shoddy. He was always on point, and you could never say that any of his work was, wrong or anything like that. That's what I want to say about him. And I also want to say that he was very proud as well. He was proud of what he did. I want to say that about him. He had a lot of hair. I don't think he ever lost his hair, I have to say, but when he's showing it to me, he's got a real big shock of hair. That's what I want to say about him. And I also want to say about him, Andrea, that he was a gentle giant as well. That's what I want to say about him. He could laugh, and he could put up with banter with the best of them. He was good at that, but he was this really soft. He had this really soft, caring heart about him. And I want to say as well that he was a real family man as well. I get the feeling with him, he's saying I wasn't always like that. I feel when he was younger, he would have liked to have gone out. And I still feel that he would have liked to have gone out. And I feel that he would have liked to drink or two. I do feel that with him. And he would like, You would like, would you have ever had a tipple? When I say a tipple, I mean like a whiskey or something like that. But have you ever had that? I don't know. I just heard tipple in the back of my head, so I don't know if you did or not. But I also want to say with him as well that, he was very creative. I want to say he was very creative as well. And I feel around the home, I want to say, Andrea, that he was always he was a fixer upper. That's what I want to say. He liked to make things, and I feel he was pretty good at it. But he was very good at DIY, and I have to say, I feel he did like a tipple. Lovely, thank you. And I have to say also with him that he was also a perfectionist when he was doing stuff at home as well. And would you understand that he would have had, I would have called it a shed, but I feel that he would have called it like a man cave, something like that. That was where all his bits and pieces were, all his tools and things like that. That's what I want to say. And he made things lovely. And I just feel that he could have spent hours in there, just pottering about and doing bits and pieces. And I feel sometimes he would have to be drawn out of there as well. That's the way I feel about him. Would you understand that he liked to watch football, Andrea? I feel I think it's football. He's watching some form of sport on the television. I feel that he didn't watch a lot of television, but he did on occasion like to sit down and watch some sport. And I feel that it's football. I might be wrong, but whether or not you can take that, but I can see him sitting down watching the TV. He spent hours in there, did he? Right, okay. I also want to say that I feel with him as well. Yes, the football. He liked to watch football, and I also feel he would have liked to have had either a pint or a can when he was watching the football, as well. And I also feel with him that he would get quite animated with it as well. That's what I want to say about him. He would get quite animated with it. Right. Okay. Right. I'm going to go to the reason why he's come through, Andrea, to see you today. Okay. What his message to you is. Okay. Right. The first thing that's come into my head, the first thing he wants to say is that, and I don't know if he ever said this to you, he said, but you're daddy's little princess. Okay. So I feel with him that you and him had a really quite a close bond, Andrea, I want to say. He was the someone who would make you feel safe. He was the someone who would make all the bad things go away. That's what he would do. Okay. So he's saying he's coming through to see his little princess. Okay. He's coming through with you with some he's coming through with a little bit of upliftment for you at the moment, Andrea. Just a little bit of upliftment. I feel when he was on the earth plane that you would talk to your dad quite a lot. That's what I want to say. You would talk about quite a lot of things, and I feel that you would bounce off of him, with things, and you would never make a decision without listening to him. Okay, that's what he's saying to me. But I want to say that he's coming through with this little bit of upliftment for you, but also with a boost for you, Andrea, as well. He wants to say that, you know, you have always been a shining light to him. Okay. You have always shined brightly. And that song comes into my head, Shine Bright Like a Diamond. I can't remember who sings it, but that's just what's come in. Shine like. He wants you to shine like a diamond. That's what he wants. I don't feel that you are at the moment. I feel that you're a little bit under par. Okay. And you just need that little bit of an oomph. And that is what he's come here to give to you. And he's also come through to say to you, you know, he's always here. You know, you can talk to him. I mean, I know that you feel spirit around you. I know that. So, oh, you love that song, do you? That's why you gave me that song. That's why he gave it to me. You know, he's here and he's always got your back. That's what I want to say. He's always got your back. And I feel that sometimes you can feel him around you. And when you feel him around you, Andrea, he's saying, that's me giving you a hug. So he wants you to not be flat, to lift yourself up, okay, and shine bright again. Because when you shine bright, you are at your best. And I feel with you, you have a lot of people that rely on you, okay, is what he's saying. But you need to shine bright and you need to have that little bit of oomph. That's what I want to say to you, oomph. And like you say, you know, your hair moves when spirit is around. Okay. So just before did he ever make you something? Did he ever make you a toy, Andrea? I can see something in his hands. I don't know if he ever made you something. I don't know what it is, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave his love with you, okay? And say thank you for working with me. And he was a wonderful man. So I've come to the end of my time, everybody. It's been a pleasure being on here with you this afternoon. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. Have a great weekend and have a great week next week. And I hope to see you all soon. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.